Yo, what up, Street Dogs there, Kim? Alright, the thought. The thought is maybe we should barbell between looking through our old photos and making new photos. So this is the basic gist. The gist is, I think too often in life, we get too caught up on all these kind of mundane details in which, yo, what up, Manny?
Hey, how you doing?
Yo, the vacuum's looking good, man.
I'm like a Ghostbuster over here.
Yo, Ghostbusters, man. Watch out for the ghost, man. How you do, dude? All right, so yeah, so the basic gist that's on my mind is like, how do we stay maximally productive, inspired, and stuff like that from photography? What are some of the interesting life goals that we could do with this? So my basic thought is, I think ultimately just comes down to philosophy. Is a lot of people, they tend to look at their old pictures and kind of like wish they were in the past again, because in the past things are immutable, things are predictable, and you already know what happened in the past, so that's that. But I think there's kind of this fear of the new, the uncharted, the unforgiving, and so forth. And so I personally believe it actually might be much more effective and better for us to instead focus on making new pictures as well. So the way I do it is I'm looking through old photos from like a year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, and using, I have it all, synced in Dropbox. So I look through my pictures on the iPad, and I save it to my camera roll, the ones I like. The thing that's so interesting about this process is there's certain old photos of mine which I actually in the past didn't really care for, but now I really, really like. And other photos in the past which, I thought were like okay, but now, photos in the past where I thought the photographs were super epic, but now I'm just like meh. And to have that barbell between the two is interesting, because then you can rediscover hidden gems in the past, or hidden stacks in the gold stack or whatever. And similarly, you could use your old photographs as a stimulus to make new photographs. And I think that's kind of the game too, right? Because the goal ain't to just like make one great photograph and just like retire for the rest of your life. It's to always have the inspiration to constantly be making new photographs, and to constantly have that inspiration and motivation to keep doing what you're doing. And I think where we tend to falter is where we kind of get stuck in just thinking about the past rather than focusing on making new photographs and so forth. So yeah, so essentially my encouragement is spend some more time looking through your old photographs, whether it be on your laptop, your iPad, your phone, whatever it may be. I'm a huge fan of Dropbox. It's a good way for me to keep things synced between my laptop and my iPad. I personally like to look at photos on my iPad rather than my laptop, because I could stand and look at my pictures. I could look at it vertically, landscape orientation. I could I could easily pinch in to see the details and stuff like that. And to look at my photos on an iPad, it's actually much more personal and interesting than just looking at photographs on my laptop. The laptop's kind of like a clunky thing, and the thing that's really tough is I tried to get rid of my laptop for a long time, but eventually I realized that you can't really, because there's still simple things that one must do if you have a website. Like, I use FileZilla to run my FTP on my website server for WordPress. So I still can't get rid of the laptop, unfortunately, and I still do think that in terms of importing photos and video and stuff like that, to chug through it quickly and effectively, laptop's still the way. But in terms of like experiencing photographs, I think that the iPad is far superior. And also, like, I have an older iPad Pro, like the 10.5 inch. The screen is much brighter and sharper than actually my MacBook Pro. Even I have the 13-inch touch bar. So, and I could also even dance with my photos. I could stand, I could have a cup of coffee while looking through my pictures, whereas the laptop, it's a little bit more difficult. So to be able to barbell between your laptop and iPad seems to be a good idea, and that's why I like using Dropbox to keep everything synced. And yeah, like, and I'm also starting to realize this with video too, is that as I'm shooting video is fantastic, because as I'm shooting video, it inspires and motivates me to make new photographs, because video is an interesting stimulus to shooting new photographs. I think ultimately I still do prefer photography over video, but certainly, like, in life you could have your cake and eat it too, you know, do both, right? Like, if you like ice cream, it would suck if you could only eat vanilla for the rest of your life. You also want chocolate, right? Sometimes you want chocolate, sometimes you want vanilla, sometimes you might want mint, cookies and cream, and stuff like that. And it actually has a side tangent too. It's like, I was like philosophizing about race. I'm like, maybe when you think about different racial categories, like you're white, you're black, you're Asian, or you're African American, you're Caucasian, you're Middle Eastern, you know, whatever it may be, South Asian. Like, maybe we should just start thinking about like ice cream flavors. It's like, yo, you know, you're chocolate, I'm vanilla, I'm Rocky Road, I'm caramel, whatever it may be, I'm Butterfinger. And rather than us caring so much about like racial differences via the pigment of our skin, it's like, yo, I'm happy that we have all the different flavors, right? So certainly a world with only one type of ice cream flavor would be a less interesting world. It's better to have lots of different ice cream flavors. Anyway, so that's Eric Kim's ice cream racial theory. So anyways, yeah, so just go on more walks, look around, enjoy the natures, enjoy how beautiful all this is. So keep up that barbell between making new photographs, looking through old photographs. And I'm starting to think now is like, the point ain't even to make one great photograph that'll live on forever, or make one photo book that'll last forever. It's just to keep uploading images, to keep, you know, forgetting about old images. So it's like this virtuous cycle of making new photos, shedding old photos, making new photos, rediscovering old photos that you once liked. And it seems that at the end of the day, as long as you just keep up this perpetual wheel of creativity going, you've got this.